Let's get right into another episode of the Hollow Points podcast, where we accept the challenge of providing dangerous, thought-provoking, and sometimes controversial insights into life's most common topics.
Hey man, I wanted to get your point on something because I've been struggling with this concept, and it's about upgrading for success. So, if you could possibly mentor me, that would be great as far as your perspective on it. And I'm gonna set the table for you real quick. I'm in a role for about 5 years, and then I'm realizing that somebody else is interested in this position, and looking into him, um, he seems to be, qualified on paper, but I've been here. I'm cool with everybody. And so should I have something to worry about, or what do you think I should be doing to make sure I don't have to, I'm not gonna lose my spot? What's your point on that?
Well, you've been in the position and you cool with everybody. Is being cool with everybody part of the job?
I think
Or did you mean to say that you have a good working relationship or cool with everybody? Because that's two different things. You going out and being the life of the party at happy hour or being cool with people and call them on their off days and stuff is different from having a good working relationship with the team. So is it a good working relationship or you feel that you cool with everybody based on your own measurement?
I think it's both, but in any kind of relationship, it's about the people that you're around and how comfortable you are in that environment. I think that I've built up some comfort, but the issue is I don't know if it's just me being comfortable or if it's a situation where uh people, things change and people grow and that kind of stuff. But I know that I've done enough to make sure I'm settled in the situation. My fear is, have I done enough to be successful going forward? And like I said, Buddy got a lot of, got a lot of good stuff on his resume, but I've been here. So, I mean, when decisions is made, how are decisions made at that point? Are decisions made based on seniority? Does that matter anymore? Like, how does that come to pass as it relates to once I've been involved? Should I get nervous now? Should I start trying to do more, or should I just stay
You
status quo and just do what I'm doing?
you should definitely try to do more. So being comfortable, no boss cares about how comfortable you are. Being settled, no boss cares how settled you are. Those should have never even been your goals that you communicated to nobody. You should have kept that within and been like, hey, if I'm working too hard, I need to get things to flow smoother, but not be comfortable, not relaxing. Like you don't need to be getting to your desk and kicking up your feet. So what you should be caring about is results. If you're in a spot where you're not learning and growing or producing results that are satisfactory, that you care about, then you're in the wrong job. So we need to know why this dude feels like he wants the job. Is it because he sees that you're comfortable or he feel like he can do the job better? Like why do you think?
I get what you're saying. I apologize to you right now. I should have been more clear. I
Okay.
let me start over. I've been in this relationship with my old girl for about 5 years. I realized that somebody else is interested with her now because people have been telling me some things. And when I looked into Buddy on paper, he kind of got some things that I could see that she would be interested in as well. But me and her been together 5 years. Like I've been here, I've been faithful, I've been good. So should I be nervous or should I be trying to upgrade to keep the success that I think we have in our relationship? I'm good with all her friends. I'm good with her mom and them. Like I'm good with everybody. I understand. So my fault. You think in the work situation, but I don't see really a big difference. Are you giving me the same advice?
I'm giving you the same advice. Yeah. I think you wrong for being comfortable and being settled. The time makes no. You're a good dude for the old her. So when the iPhone came out, that was a good phone. But in these days and time, nobody's trying to get an iPhone 2 because it doesn't do everything that you need it to do. Y'all were supposed to be growing together. So as apps was coming out, you were supposed to be upgrading your system all along throughout the relationship. But if you the same dude who was comfortable with her mom, like you should have been growing with her mom, growing with her family, doing more stuff, and growing with her. This other dude, he's probably interested, or she's interested. Let's say that, because there's no way he could be interested without her being interested. Because the new person she is interesting to him, and she's interested in continuing her growth with that person. Or you have grown and she's stagnant. So do you think you're comfortable with your growth, or are you still in the same spot?
I, I I think I leveled off in this regard, and let me explain what happened. I think I got in, I was going hard, but then when do I get a chance to relax? Because it's a situation where I feel like I done did my work, I done settled things, like we good, we got some things together. Everything is better than what her friends got. And so at some point in time, I can't just go. It's only so many hours in a day, it's only so many muscles in your body. Like when do I get a chance to chill and take some time to bask in the fruits of my labor?
Oh,
Because
that's
I feel
easy.
like
Yeah. That's,
these last couple of years, I should have been okay chilling out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or was that too long? Was that too much? Or damn, when do I get to finally, settle and rest in what I've accomplished? Or there is no rest when you're trying to be successful?
that's an easy question, man. You get a chance to rest when you die,
Oh
when you
shit.
dead. But other than that, a relationship is not a retirement plan. Like you
Mm.
don't get comfortable and get, hey, okay, I'm beating everybody else, so let me put my feet up. There's always somebody. You don't know that these people gonna just relax and not grow and not move past you. You like that sleeping hare, and then the other relationships is that the tortoise moving past you. If you stay stagnant, you gotta always keep it moving. And you can't compare yourself to other. You can compare yourself to the old you. That's it. Like I think it's one of them babies, the baby or one of them said, "I don't see nobody else but me, so who I'm gonna lose to?" You're not supposed to be looking at everybody else. Look at yourself. So if she wants to, if somebody else interested and she wants to move on, that's your bad. You can't relax. Do you feel
Don't you
like you
feel like
should?
that's but don't you feel like in a relationship it's exhausting if you don't get to a point where you don't have to grind? Like, I guess the situation is that just makes me feel sad to feel like I'm always gonna have to work for her love. I'm always gonna have to keep putting in the work and doing the little things, and it ain't gonna be no rest for the wicked, so to speak. And is that just the nature of great relationships or successful relationships, or should I feel entitled to be able to kind of gear it down and take some time off and just kind of let her do the pedaling? We're on a two-person bicycle. Why am I always pedaling? You know what I'm saying? I want to just kick my feet up and let her do the pedaling, and hope she don't notice, I guess.
If that's the deal, if you pedal sometimes and she pedals sometimes, but if the deal is both people pedal, both people got to pedal, or the other one's cheating. And there's a lot of forms of cheating we can go into, but you can't relax. You love is a paycheck. You have to work for your paycheck. You can't go into your job and say, "Hey, I've worked 5 years. From now on, I'm just coming here and sit down because I already put in my time." No, you have to earn the love. The love is, once you get the love, you still gotta keep earning it, because love can fade. I don't care what nobody tell you. Love is conditional.
So my mistake was supporting her going back to school and getting her life straight and trying to, get in these circles where she see more of these cats and they got this and got that and they all shiny and flossy and whatnot. I should have kept her where I was.
Your mistake was letting them dudes catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You supposed to stay ahead, and she's gonna see dudes no matter what, whether it's at school, whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's at the gas stations. Bentleys need gas too. She gonna see dudes somewhere, but you put in so much work, you so far ahead, and you still going. It's no way they can catch up to you. Anybody can catch up to somebody sitting down, but if you still going,
What you saying?
they got to be moving.
So you saying one of my biggest mistakes is I replaced the time thinking I mistake time for work, and they're not the same thing.
It's absolutely not the same thing. Time
Okay.
is time. Work is production.
But she hadn't been telling me that I wasn't because once again, I'm just maybe this my paranoia. She hasn't come and said anything, but I'm hearing whispers, and where there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm realizing she talking different, she moving different. She done upgraded herself as far as she was concerned, which I love her, so I want that. I want her to upgrade. I want her to be happy. But I felt like I never told her I was gonna upgrade me. I never told her this or that. But at some point in time, I realized she's gonna notice. Maybe that's my own insecurity, but she's gonna notice that I'm not good enough or I'm not keeping up with where she's headed as far as I'm concerned. And I don't want to hold her back, but that means I'm gonna have to do something to keep up. And I think I'm getting kind of old to be trying to do something. And we've been together 5 years. Why should I have to do something? And I done put in the time for 5 years. That doesn't sit well with me. Why doesn't the time matter?
Time doesn't matter because it's no work being done. A lazy person sits down because they don't know what to do. They're still using time. A lazy person and a person actually working have two different production outcomes for a reason. One of them is using their talent and practicing. The other one is doing nothing. So one of them is going to achieve and the other one is not. And you already know which one is. So you shouldn't, anybody who thinks they could do something for a minute and retire, you're considered inconsistent by the world because you did something for somebody to think that you were that way and end up changing on them. And then you became lazy. You gave up. So you're pretty much breaking up with her because the work, once you stop working in a relationship, you breaking up. Whether you say it or not, but y'all breaking up.
The issue is, and I will repeat, I did the work and assumed that I would get to a level where I was safer on base. I assumed that I would get to a level where I was good. The issue was, for a while, I did the work up front. She was cool. We got her where she needed to be, but then she felt like, man, I still got something in me, so I can go further. I didn't assume she would want to go further. I thought she would be cool where we was. Then when I encouraged her, yeah, do that, follow your heart. I didn't know that would change how I feel about us, because now I feel like I'm looking over my shoulder because she's starting to get. I'm gonna just go say it. She's starting to get out of my league. She's starting to get away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
which
once
she
again,
should.
I care. I want that, but I don't want that. And obviously, that seems like it's making me a selfish person. But I don't even know how to kick it into a different gear. Maybe I'm not built for that fifth gear, sixth gear type shit.
You built for it, but have you asked her for help? because both of y'all went to high school, right?
Hmm.
She's the teacher of the class of her. She gives the work. You are a student. You don't say, I did the work. You think you did the worksheet that I gave you or the assignment that I gave. That don't mean you did all of the work. And who determines all of the work? She does, because it's the class of her. If you drop out the class, then y'all broke up. If she's moving on to the 11th grade and you still a freshman, what junior or senior wants to date a freshman? And do you want to stay a freshman for the rest of your life? She wants to go to college. She wants to be grown and get stuff. But you want to stay in the 9th grade for the rest of your life. She should move on. Why do you think
Damn, that's
life
harsh.
is a
That's harsh.
why do you think life is a work for a little bit and kick it?
I think that you got to have situations where you work hard or play hard. So when you work hard, you play hard. But I see what you're saying as far as work hard, play hard, I mean you broke even. Uh, I, I guess the thing is, number one, as you grow and you get exposed to different things and you change, you good with it. And I do want her to upgrade. In fact, I wouldn't mind if she was the breadwinner and I was the stay-at-home dad and all that other kind of stuff. I think that she might feel a certain kind of way. So I don't know if that conversation needs to be had, but I'm assuming based on how the world is nowadays, she's gonna be like, no, what? Why are you? Why you want to, put on an apron and cook? That seems kind of weird, considering you was such a grinder. But I was a grinder at one level, and her level that she's getting at, I'm telling you, these books she's reading, this information she bringing home,
Yeah.
it's a different level. And so what you telling me is I gotta shit or get off the pot as far as upgrading my own success to keep up with the damn relationship.
Let me tell you what you telling me.
Hmm.
You telling me that all relationships are 100 questions. You answered all 100 questions and you done. Then what?
Right.
Relationship is infinite. There's always questions, always things to find out, always ways to grow, always. But you said, no, I did my 100 questions. I ain't doing no more. You protesting growth. And then you mad because someone else wants to grow. I have to question your love for her. If you want to keep somebody down where you are, why?
I'm not gonna say down. I'm gonna say different because I just would feel better about saying that. But what I am saying is the direction she's going in order for me to go into that lane and get into that direction, I gotta put on snow tires. I gotta change some things and do some things. And I really did believe I had done enough. I really did believe we had been doing this long enough to where she knew I had her back and I was supporting her. And unfortunately, I don't believe that is enough anymore because I'm starting to see, even some of the restaurants she want to go to and like plays and all this stuff. It's not even about the money stuff. It's about the horizons that she's opening up, and it's gonna be hard for me to gift her those things at some point with where I am right now. Like 15 years from now, I'm making I done got a quarter raise, once a year or something like that. It's not gonna equate, and I don't think she got a problem with the money part of it, but it's bigger than the money. It's the conversation. Like she could go and make $100,000 more than me, and that's cool. But that means she getting into $100,000 more conversation. She getting into six-figure conversation. She getting into six-figure shopping trips. She getting into six-figure vacations, and a lot of that stuff. I'm all inclusive Jamaica type cat. You know what I'm saying? Where can we drive to type cat. Now she talking about the Maldives and all these other places. You know what I'm saying? West Indies and whatnot. And her new friends that she done came up around, they on that type of junk. People driving Teslas and whatnot. And I don't want nothing electric. I don't. And I guess I don't want to believe that me and her is outgrowing each other, but I also don't want to believe that I got to do something.
But
And I guess
that's
are you telling me I'm
that's
dead
showing
wrong?
that's showing your laziness. You said in order to get somewhere in the snow, you got to put on snow tires. They make snow tires, sell millions of them. You didn't tell me space shoes. You said snow tires, something that's achievable. To me, that's lazy. And there's nothing wrong, in your defense, with going to a couple of plays and not liking it and it not being your thing. But it sounds like you're afraid to even try it. You're afraid to even say, let's go to Jamaica all inclusive this year, and then next year, let's drink some malts in the Maltese. Like, I don't think you have you opening your mind, so you're gonna stay closed mind, which puts you in a box, and a box is a lonely place. You should be by yourself in a box.
Here's the situation. This is what I'm really wrestling with. I know for a fact I'm good enough for a gang abroad, a gang of them. I guess my thing is I used to be good enough for this one, and then I'm realizing slowly I might not be keeping pace. And with you, and I'm having a hard time with. I got to do more work because that wasn't in my plan. that wasn't in, that wasn't in my plan. You saying I'm supposed to be working into perpetuity? Like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
grinding on this shit for good. So every time she reads something, I gotta be reading something. Every time she watches something, I should be watching stuff. Like I gotta really match her grind. I gotta match her drive. I gotta match her dreams. And I ain't been exposed to relationships like that before.
So I don't know how you know you good enough for all these people, but if you feel like you good enough for them, you probably are right now. But they're gonna grow too,
Mm, I
and
can't
then
get
you're
it.
not you
Right.
you're not gonna be
You
good
said I
enough.
can't get with the next chick and encourage her, huh? I gotta sabotage that one.
You have to sabotage if you want her to stay where you are. If you just
Hey,
content where you are, yeah, you got to sabotage it, and then I have to question your love for her to
hey.
sabotage her whole life. If you are not willing to compromise, you don't have to read every book she reads, but you got to pick one of them up. 25%, one out of four. Like I know you reading Good to Great, The Outliers, and Leadership. Let me take The Outliers. I'll read that one with you and keep that connection going. Because if you're not connected, you're apart. And it sounds
Problem
like
is,
y'all growing apart.
let's see. Yeah. She going a different direction. Because the thing is, all the shit that I would want her to be interested in, she already did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff
But
that I find to still be amusing and cute and whatever, she's already, past that.
the mirrors say objects may be closer than they appear, right? But if
Right.
you're driving away so fast, she could probably still see you for a minute. But after a mile or so, she can't even see you no more. You gone. Why you let her get so far ahead?
Yeah, we not running together no more. She outpacing me like that. Yeah, I agree. We started off running together. We was, jogging buddies, keeping each other in shape. And then, yeah, yeah, her conditioning was different than mine. Well, I think her drive might be different too. We got to match each other drive. Okay, I'm digging what you're saying. We got to match each other drive, and either I'm in or I'm not. But what I can't do is be half-assed about it.
You can't be half-assed, and you can't project domestic hate. You can't be no hate within the home. If
Mm.
somebody's doing good, you got to give props. That happened to me one time. I was about to get another degree, and somebody went off. I was like, "What the what? What? I thought like you got a master's, but I'm about." She went off, and then later apologized and said, "I'm proud of you." I threw that shit away. Your first reaction is what you thought.
Right.
Yeah, if somebody don't want the best for you and want to see you grow and encourage you, she should understand if you say, "Hey, I like being with you, so that's why I go to the opera with you." But honestly, I have a headache every time I go. She should understand that, I think. But you not
Yeah.
wanting to do anything to grow, no interest, no passions. You just want to sit there. You dead already. Just breathing and eating up all her food.
So at this point, our relationship has reached as far as it could go. Like this is the drop off point where we need to open up the bus doors and let it out if we can't ride no further because it, basically what I'm hearing is I gotta do something to catch up, to get in shape, to get my wind up under me if I want to continue being this jogging buddy. But if I don't, then that's just basically letting it be known. Then the question is, how do I? No, I ain't gonna give up. I ain't gonna go. Okay, all right. So I can kick it into another gear. I can come up with a plan. I can figure it out and try to pad my stats and stack my resume, get some training in. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that
Do
I can
you want
compete.
to? Because she sounds like she's worth keeping. Do you really
And
want
that
to?
see, that's the thing. That's what you made me realize is basically the upgrade situation is she worth me upgrading or being uncomfortable or continuing to grow and change forever? Is this because that's I guess that's the marriage thing, right? Marriage is supposed to be forever till death do you part. So am I
Yeah.
willing to do the commitment to the commitment and make myself moldable for the next 50 years? Am I willing to constantly, evaluate and upgrade? I think I just had it in my head based on I don't know why. Based on my thought process, I thought I'd come in hard, lock it down, you know what I'm saying? Lock her up and then let her know I'm a good dude, I got a good heart, and that'd be good enough. But it seemed like she want heart, legs, arms, hair,
Yeah.
you know, she want the whole
You.
body.
But when you locked it down, you were a good dude for a 25-year-old. But now, after 5 years, y'all been together, you're not a good dude for a 30-year-old. A good dude for 18 is not the same good dude as a 40-year-old. So you can't act and stop at 18 and think you still gonna be good for this woman who's 40. That's why most large age differences just don't work because they're not good for each other yet.
I could dig that. I could dig that. That's it's just yeah, I could dig that. All right, I appreciate that, man. Once again, I knew it was something that was like I said, I was in my head about it, but I was thinking it was about dude, but you done fucked around and made me realize it's about me. Like I was I was calling to see how I could I was trying to get with you to see how I could take dude out and diminish him a little bit, take some of his shine. And he was like, no, you need to polish.
I,
Like,
yeah, I
stop
forgot
worrying
all
about his
about
shine.
dude. Right, right. You forgot all about it. It ain't about him. It's about you. And
you,
who in the hell
you ruined
told
my whole
you it was okay to just not work on a relationship? You say you want to be with someone forever, but you want to not work forever. You want to not grow forever. Relationship is growth. It's a continuous connection. Like, when's the last time you evaluated your attitude? You should be doing that every day, pretty much. If not that, at least once a week. Like, dang, how did I act this week? How could I have been better?
So she's I'm not gonna say she worth me being exhausted, but what I'm gonna say is she worth the investment for me to be exhausted for a little bit until my conditioning get up. And then it's not as hard for me to get out there and run with her because I'm in better shape. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, spiritually, financially, I'm in better shape to run with her. And then we'll see how this thing goes. And I, like I said, she ain't coming to me with no nothing. I think I'm in my head. I'm peeping the situation. I'm supposed to keep my head on the swivel and recognize what's going on. But I do realize we at a point where I could see it happening. I've heard it in other situations. Obviously, you see it on TV and that kind of shit. But I don't want to ever feel like she not proud of me or she shamed of me or I'm not bringing nothing or she taking care of me. I'm too good. Like I would raise for that. I want to contribute, and I guess if I want to contribute, I got to do contributory type shit and get my get my ass in gear. I
Exactly.
wasn't ready for that.
Yeah,
I thought I had paid already. I thought I was paid up. You said
exactly.
I got to start the layaway over.
You got to keep paying. So you just told me that you think that you can just read the Bible once you finish the Bible. What do I need to go to church for?
Ooh.
I'm done. No, you got to keep going. You got to keep paying your tithes
Right.
forever. Why can't you retire out of tithes?
The religion of a relationship. That's what's up. All right, man. Well, I appreciate your point on upgrading for success. I gotta look at that at my job now too. You done gave me some game on my fucking job on accident.
Hey, we all
So,
just trying to get promoted in
yes,
life.
sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Well, that's good business, man. I guess I got to make some decisions. To be honest with you, I ain't even gonna lie to you and say that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go grind. I really got to put some stuff down, pen to paper, and realize do I have
Yep.
this? Do I have this in me, man? Because man, if she keep going, I got to be willing to keep going too. See, I'm thinking I can catch up to where she is now, but every time as I'm moving, she is too.
Yeah.
So I got to make
That's
up
it.
some significant ground.
Yeah. You got to sprint when she walk.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. When she take that tea break or whatever, I got to be lifting my knees. But I think that communication with her too, and letting her know kind of where I'm at with it, and then but I don't want to put that in her head that ain't already in there. But you think she already, you know what I'm saying? You think it'd be a good thing to have that conversation, or do you think I should just, if I'm gonna do it, just do it?
I think it's a good thing to have a conversation
Okay.
because communication always helps. You can't go wrong with communication. I like that you said that you're gonna lift your knees while she drinking teas. That's cool, but
Yeah. Bar.
you gotta you still gotta have a communication because we both could be wrong. And she's like, oh, I didn't even want you to catch up with me. I was gonna go to the finish line, set up a tent, and then when you finally get there, I was gonna have a meal cooked, and we both wrong.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But sometimes you get in your own head. You start, especially when you start seeing things change. People are very afraid of change. That's just the nature of people. It's natural, but you got to try to manage it with information. So, um, I was thinking the information was learning more about this dude that so-called like her, but you said that didn't even have nothing to do with me.
Right, nothing to do. People scared of change until they try to buy a pack of gum with 100.
Right. That's good business. That's good business. So. All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time on this, man. Always good to get your points, and we'll see where it takes me.
This concludes another episode of the Hollow Points Podcast, where we act as your therapeutic outlet on topics many think about but are afraid to speak on.
Oh, you're welcome.